For the first 100 years of our company, we were a very quiet little business. If you asked somebody what Rosboro was, they either didn't know what we were, or they would think of, oh, that's that little building out on Main Street in Springfield, because we bought the old Maple School building on Main Street, and that's what people saw. They didn't realize that we were, 75 plus acres of operations on Main Street in Springfield.
In 1964, Rosboro built its first gluelam plant. It was an emerging technology at that moment in time. It was something that the company figured out would help it diversify itself a little bit, give it an advantage over the other timber producers in the area.
So we started moving into accelerated growth to really focus on emphasizing being the best gluelam producer and being the premier gluelam producer of what we could be.
Gluelam is when you take small pieces of wood, glue them together to make a bigger piece of wood, usually because you need something bigger or stronger to span farther or carry more load than something you can cut natively out of a tree. Rosboro today is a premier supplier of glued laminated timber in North America.
We produce as much beams in a month as essentially any other beam producer does in a year. Virtually every house in the western United States would have our product if it's built in the last, since 2010.
Since the invention of X-Beam in 2010, that really turbocharged Rosboro's growth. Our market share was so big, when we got a little blip on the positive side in home construction, we could no longer keep up. It's critical to our customers that we can keep material flowing to them so that their businesses continue and we can continue to have these houses built. It's time for another evolution of the company. That's where we are today. If we're going to live through the next cycle and the cycle after that, and we're going to be here in such a stable manner like we have been for the last 100 years, for the next 100 years in Springfield, it's critical that we reinvest in the company, in our capabilities, so that we can continue to grow with our customers.
Not since the late 50s and early 60s has Rosboro done a ground-up expansion like what we're doing. It'll be the most efficient, most modern technological plant that is in existence today in the world.
We have the opportunity to bring in another 50% manufacturing capacity throughout our integrated manufacturing platform that'll expand the amount of product we can deliver to the market, as well as greatly improve the capabilities we have in doing the service things that our customers need from us.
But all along through that first 100 years, really what the focus of Rosboro was being the best community member we could.
That was the bedrock of Rosboro. We believed in community, we believed in family, and we believed in doing things to support those efforts in our own community. A few examples of things that the company is strongly involved with. We're active with the LCC Foundation. We're active with the Relief Nursery. We're active with the local high school sports teams, for example. We sponsor just about every high school sports program in the Lane County area. All of those things are just central to how we see ourselves as a member of the community.
I grew up in a small farming community in Eastern Oregon. And I love seeing that type of involvement in Springfield. It gives you a real sense of appreciation and a sense of accomplishment when you know that 350 employees work for you, contribute to that, and bring real value to this community.
Every morning when I drive in, I'm driving down Main Street going east, I can see the Rosboro plant off in the distance as I come down Main Street, and I can see the steam coming out of that lumber on these cold winter mornings. You can see the production happening from a distance. That's clean water vapor coming out of this great green renewable building material that we have right here in our backyard. It does give me a very strong sense of pride every time I drive in every morning to think about the 400 families that are able to live a comfortable and happy life in our community because of the family wage jobs that we're able to provide by doing something that I honestly believe is one of the more valuable things that a business can do for our country, which is be involved in providing housing and shelter for fellow